Today we will be covering America in the 1930s as a preface to the story of Mice and Men, which we will begin later this week. Our essential questions for today include: what was America like in the 1930s? How did it differ from America in the 1920s? What are migrant workers? And how did the Dust Bowl affect the Great Depression? We will be answering these questions through exploration stations that will take place in the classroom today. Our first station will be an independent station that will be focusing on the Dust Bowl. This will take place along the front wall. We will move all of our desks, like our station rotations, the independent desks up to the front of the room, and we should have about 10 desks up there and 10 students at that station at each time. Next will be the partner station, which will be focusing on Hoovervilles. These will be the partner desks by the door in the station rotations that we discussed yesterday in class. And lastly, our small group station will focus on the Great Depression and will take place in the back corner of the room. The small group will divide the 10 students into two groups of 5, and you'll be working with a small group of 5 students at that time. So the first station, the independent station, which will be focusing on the Dust Bowl, in this station you will need to read the article about Nebraska and the Dust Bowl and watch at least 2 videos from the list below. You will also need to share 5 points of learning on Padlet, at least 3 from the article and 2 from the videos that you choose to watch. The article, titled "Jim McKee, Nebraska Was on the Edge of the Dust Bowl," will be printed out and provided at your station. The videos that your instructions reference can be found right below this slide, which has been posted for you on Google Classroom. You've got several options for videos, and you just need to select at least 2 videos to watch during your time at the independent station. Lastly, you will need to post 5 points of learning on Padlet. When you log into Padlet, you will simply click the pink button in the lower right-hand corner that has a plus sign on it, and you will get a sticky note that looks just like this. In the top, I'd like you to type your name, first and last name, and then below that, you've got the instructions right in the middle there, and you can go ahead and list out your 5 points of learning. They do not need to be in any particular order, but I just need to know if they are from the article or if they are from the videos that you watched. The next station is the partner station. This will be focusing on Hoovervilles, which we were briefly introduced to earlier in class today. At this station, you will read the printed article on Hoovervilles and then examine the images on the wall. After looking at the images, you will be asked to create at least 3 newspaper captions for the images. You can go ahead and select the images that stand out most to you and pretend you are a newspaper reporter at this time, trying to explain these images and trying to capture the emotion that's going on and share it with your community. Here are a few of the images that you'll see. There will be strips of construction paper cut out and provided at this station, so all you will need to do is select 3 strips of construction paper and write 1 caption on each, and then tape it to the wall under the photo you decide to caption. Feel free to use the information you've learned in class so far, as well as the information you gained from the Hooverville article to inform your decisions when writing these captions. Additionally, do not forget to place your name on the caption as well. We want to make sure our journalists get credit. If you forget what to do, remember instructions are in the bottom section of each slide, in the notes section. And lastly, the small group station will focus on the Great Depression. Students will create a visual timeline or an infographic with statistics and facts found online or in Mrs. Green's printed resources about the Great Depression. You can focus on areas such as the stock market crash, unemployment rates, incomes, homelessness, and etc. If there's any other topic that stands out to you, feel free to run it by Mrs. Green, and as long as you have enough statistics or facts to support your decision, you may certainly use that. Once you have several relevant statistics, decide how you could arrange them in a visually appealing manner and create a visual timeline or an infographic. Remember, an infographic is a visual image, such as a chart or diagram, used to represent information or data. Here are a couple of examples. You can tell they're very simple but yet very eye-catching. They share information on grocery prices at the time of the Great Depression in a visually appealing but yet easy to read and easy to understand fashion. Another example right here is talking about unemployment in the Great Depression versus the Great Recession. So there are a few different avenues you can explore. Feel free to get as creative as you want when coming up with your infographic or visual timeline. I'll be excited to see how these turn out.